With an ever-growing reliance on third parties to do business, it can sometimes get overwhelming trying to monitor the security posture of all your vendors, suppliers, and partners in a single view. While it's necessary for some users or departments to access all the security related information for all vendors, others might only need limited visibility. With vendor portfolios, you can effectively sort monitored organizations into different categories, such as procurement, competitors, or acquisitions. You can also categorize vendor portfolios based on who owns the vendor relationship, like marketing, security, or product. For example, perhaps your procurement team wants to view all the prospective vendors in one view to evaluate who's the most secure to do business with. Or your information security team might want to make sure that all the vendors used by the sales and marketing teams are secure and reliable to protect customer data. You can also filter particular pages by a vendor portfolio to show the information only for the vendors in that specific portfolio, like the executive summary of the procurement portfolio. Whatever your use case, vendor portfolios provide security teams greater control over user permissions by giving them the ability to define access to all or selected portfolios for each user on the platform based on their role in the organization. Let's have a look at how it works. From the Tiering and Portfolios tab on the Settings screen, I can see the default portfolio of all the monitored vendors. I can rename it and add more portfolios from here. I'm going to add a portfolio, name it Procurement, and save the changes. By default, customers who have access to the vendor portfolios feature can create up to 5 portfolios. There is no limit on the number of vendors in a portfolio. A vendor can be present in multiple portfolios, and I can organize my monitored vendors into portfolios in a number of ways. On the vendor screen, I can select a vendor and assign them to a portfolio. I can also select multiple vendors and assign a portfolio to all of them at once. Once I have assigned my vendors to portfolios, I can report on performance of my portfolios and assign user permissions. For example, if I want to view the security summary of the procurement portfolio I just created, I can go to Vendor Risk Executive Summary and change Current Portfolio to Procurement. All the results I see on this page are only for the vendors in my procurement portfolio. Filtering by portfolio is also available in the Filters panel and can be used in conjunction with any other available filter. To restrict user access to specific portfolios, I can go to Settings and select their Users tab. For each user on the UpGuard platform, I can choose whether to give them access to all portfolios or just what's relevant for them. I can also decide on the level of access granted. Our new Vendor Portfolios feature, combined with vendor tiering, provides you with an excellent way to organize your vendors by use case and risk exposure. You now have more control over the visibility and degree of access your users have to the vendors that they are responsible for managing. This will enable you to level up your vendor risk management program. We are giving early access to 5 portfolios to all our existing UpGuard vendor risk customers. We'd love your feedback on what you think about this feature. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the Q&A or contact support@upguard.com. Now I'm going to hand it over to Annie, who's going to run you through our new Jira Cloud integration.